Hundreds of train spotters were left frustrated when a view of the famous Flying Scotsman steam train was blocked by a regular train pulling into a station at the same time. Because the historic train had been delayed, the South West Trains service from Cardiff to Southampton, Hampshire, stopped at the exact moment the hotly anticipated Scotsman came flying through. Around 200 railway enthusiasts, who had come from miles around and waited about 45 minutes for the 96-year-old train at Romsey Station in Hampshire, but were left with pictures of standard livery South West Trains carriages instead. Photographer Mark Cross, 59, watched the blunder take place at Romsey Station, Hants, at 10:20 a.m. He said, "As I waited I joked, if it doesn't hurry up another train is going to come, and then this train started to pull in. Lo and behold, there was a cloud of steam, and the Flying Scotsman flew through the station. There were a lot of groans on the left platform. A lot of people were left disappointed. They had been waiting there with their equipment. Everyone was set up to take pictures of the Scotsman. There were people with step ladders and everything." The video producer from Romsey added, "It was over in seconds. The train came flying through. The driver of the South West train probably got a bit of abuse. I felt rather sorry for everyone who missed out." The Flying Scotsman service began in 1862, with its famous name officially adopted in 1923. The locomotive was built in Doncaster in 1923 and became the first on the newly formed London and North Eastern Railway (LNER), running the express passenger service between Edinburgh and London. Its journey between Edinburgh and London took 10 hours and stopped just once for a half-an-hour stop for lunch at York. The train's incredible engineering prowess was demonstrated when it became the first train to break the 100 miles per hour barrier in 1934. The National Railway Museum in York bought the locomotive for £2.3 million in 2004 before work got underway on its restoration 2 years later. For its restoration, Flying Scotsman was painted in its original livery of British Rail green and had its nameplates have been reattached. It is currently on a tour of the UK. The Flying Scotsman, 10 facts about the famous locomotive. 1. The Flying Scotsman, an A3 Pacific class locomotive, was originally built in 1923 for the London and North East Railway 2. It was designed by Sir Nigel Gresley and has been in the public eye since it first went into service, having been on display at the British Empire exhibition the following year. 3. The Flying Scotsman took 8 hours to complete the trip between London and Edinburgh, and in 1934 was officially credited with becoming the first steam locomotive to be clocked at 100 miles an hour. The Flying Scotsman An A3 Pacific-class locomotive was originally built in 1923 for the London and North East Railway 4. It holds a second record for the longest non-stop run of 422 miles when it was in Australia. The Flying Scotsman has covered around 2,500,000 miles in its long career. 7. It had 5 numbers: 1472, 4472, 502, 103 and 60,103. Lancaster Railway Works is where the engine was built. 9. The Flying Scotsman took 8 hours to cover the 392 miles between London and Edinburgh. 10. At one stage it had a tender with a quarter to enable crew changes during the Edinburgh trip.